Okay, we're here today with Lucky Jorden, lifeguard, officer, Ocean City Beach Patrol, guarded in 1945, has written many books, and is running our run swim today. So Lucky, take it away and tell us a little bit about it.
Well, what we're doing here today is similar to what guard does on the beach. Most of the pulls on the beach are about an average of 25 to 30, maybe 40 yards offshore. So what we've done is designed a sort of an event to kind of commemorate our alumni convention here. And we're having some old timers signed up, and they're going to basically compete in age groups in this event, and just for a kind of a fun thing, just for the glory of it. No awards, no plaques, no medals, and we hope to have a good time at it.
Outstanding, outstanding. Well, listen, also while we're talking, I want to take this opportunity to talk about the book you wrote that's on sale down at the end of the inlet in the Beach Patrol and the, what is it, the, where's it for sale?
Oh, it's the museum, the life-saving station, has it on sale.
Very good.
And then it has, we have it on sale here, but you can pick it up on the internet.
Very good. Tell us a little bit about the book and why you wrote it and what it talks about.
Well, my youngest daughter said, "Dad, you got to write the book to let the family know what you did in aquatics all those years," and kept after me until I finally, after I retired, sat down and wrote it. I was surprised at all the stuff that my wife had held, which helped me write the book. Documents, pictures, newspaper clippings, all that sort of thing. And so it tells of my life and my career as a lifeguard, as a instructor, swim coach, competitor, and my travels from Ocean City in the summer to Fort Lauderdale in the winter, and spent quite a few years having a great time, teaching people and sharing what knowledge I had with the water with as many people as I could.
Very good. Also, now we know you had a close relationship with someone that's very near and dear to all our hearts, with Captain George Shope. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, of course, George and I guarded together, and during the early years when things started to grow a little bit, long before the big growth, I ran the south end of the beach, and then George ran the north end of the beach for Captain Bob Craig.
Very good, very good. And also, I think that it's important to make mention of the semaphore and what a good cultural thing that is for the Ocean City Beach Patrol. Tell us, I know you were the one that was in the beginning of all that. Tell us that story.
Well, Bob Craig was looking for a way to communicate up and down the beach, simply and inexpensively. And he came out to my stand one day and showed me a couple of semaphore flags and asked me what I thought of it. And of course, being ex-Navy, I thought it was a great idea. So we went ahead and had a bunch of flags made up, and had some short training sessions on the semaphore system itself. And then Craig sent me the first message from in front of the Coast Guard station when the Coast Guard station was at Caroline and the boardwalk. And he sent it from there to me on my stand, and then I sent it up and down the beach to call the guards off for the day. And the first message was, all off.
Awesome, totally awesome. Well, there you have it, our very own Lucky Jorden from 1945 through 1955 here in Ocean City, Maryland.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Lucky.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, here we go. I'd like to, first of all, introduce Vic Sprecher, who has been so kind and so dedicated to put this whole event together for us, the 2010 Ocean City Beach Patrol Alumni reunion. Vic, just tell us just a little bit about about the reunion, and then we'll ask some more questions.
Yeah, people would probably believe that it's a tough thing to pull together. It's a labor of love. I've enjoyed every minute of it. The old guards that I've had the pleasure of contacting have just been superb. So many were surprised by the stories that they've shared with me, and honestly, I've had hours and hours and hours of joy on the phone talking to these guys. Most of them were surprised because they haven't heard anything from the Beach Patrol in many years.
Awesome, very good. Now, right now, we're in it's 11 o'clock on, I believe today is, what is today's date?
Today's the 16th.
16th of October, 2010.
Saturday.
Now we've got the run and swim thing. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's right. What we did was put together some competition for us guards who believe that we still are 16 years old. And what that means is we get to compete in a contest that runs on the beach, swims, and then returns with running, and it's a competition that is a timed event, and it's for those guys again who it's the same thing we used to qualify for when we first joined the Beach Patrol. The only difference is we don't have to pull Captain Craig in. God bless him.
Now, Vic, what year was it that you were here? A couple of years. What were the years you were here?
Actually, I came to Ocean City when I was 14 years old, and I worked from 14 till the time I was 21. I left Ocean City in 1964. I worked on the Beach Patrol in 64. I worked as the lifeguard at the Commander, 63, the Diplomat, 62 as a lifeguard, and did that for a number of years. I worked on the beach, but my greatest joy was working for the Beach Patrol, and it's something that's been in my heart and soul all these years and will continue.
Very good, Vic. Well, you know, we all feel the same way you do, and I would like to personally thank you for all the efforts you did pulling this together. And what most people don't know is that you really funded the whole thing, and in hopes that everybody will show up, and I want to personally thank you for that.
Well, also, Mark, I want to thank you for taking the video of our entire program, as well as developing our new website that we're all extremely encouraged and enthusiastic about, because on our next reunion, we're going to have literally hundreds and hundreds of the guards return. As you know, we did this from late 30s to the 1990s, and we're going to open it up from there with the expansion of the new website.
Very good. Thank you so much, Vic.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, these are our guys.
Okay, so off and running.
I'm a fat guy, man.
Okay, here we go. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. Let me.
He's already done the whole deal.
Really, you already swam it?
Well, I swam like a little extra.
I know. I met you last night. Give me your name, please.
Chaz Chamartis, or Charlie Chamartis.
Charlie, you're up from Florida, right?
I am.
Well, good. Well, tell us what year you were on the Beach Patrol.
79 to 83.
How about that? And have you ever enjoyed anything more than this?
Then this right here? Heck no. This is where it's at.
Yeah, the Ocean City Beach Patrol. There's an incredible
OCBP
bondage.
#1.
Amen.
Way of life, as George said. Right?
Yes, indeed.
We got to run.
Gentlemen, a lot of luck.
Is that why they call you Lucky? Because you're dressed.
Listen, I want to tell you one thing. For years, I've wondered whether the later guys from us were as tough as we were. And I'm impressed today. I just want you to know that.
Don't be impressed till you see us.
It would take all of you.
Where do they come back in?
Lucky, you might be coming to get us.
Not today. It's like I told one guy, he said, have somebody there to save me in case I need it. I said, if it's in the middle of the event, you got to wait till the event's over. Right. Anyway, what you do, you're going to get two signals. You're going to get take your mark, then you're going to get a whistle blast. Okay? Line up behind the guard stand. And when you hear the whistle blast, you go out, you got to round the buoy, the marker, on the right-hand side. That's this hand here. Okay? Don't touch the marker. If you touch the marker, you're disqualified. Okay?
Hey, Lucky, you sure we don't want to be on the north side of that building with this wind?
I think
current's going a little more
Strategy.
to the side.
Well, you want to do it that way? We'll change it. Yes. Okay.
Don't listen to
Fair
these guys.
enough.
You tell them which way you want it.
Fair enough.
Lucky, we should swing wide north.
Well, I don't know. I used to be like that, but I've gotten older, and I keep
swing a
hearing this
different way,
word
is that
democracy. You know,
What's your call? You're the boss.
it's my call.
I think north. Not that we're trying to influence you, but I did feel a little bit of that current going from the south.
I think these guys need every break they can get.
Considering the age group and the lack of time, we're going to do it on the north side. Okay. It's only fair. However, you guys are experienced. You know you could drift into it, and if you drift into it and touch it, you're out. All right, behind the guard stand, please.
Which guy touched it? Yes, sir.
Now, where's the marker? Where's the flag?
Hey, Mark Ward. How you doing, buddy?
Good, how about you, Marco?
Good. We got you on camera, man. Okay, I'll get a personal interview later,
Okay, sounds good.
so you can tell everybody how it really was.
Who's in the heat?
Let me read them off. All right. The first guy back. Listen to me. The first guy back. There's going to be a flag on the stand here. You grab the flag. Yeah.
He's the one grabbing the flag.
No. The first guy back gets the flag. Hey. Listen to me. The first guy back grabs the flag and he takes it to Els. His hand up. Els, and you tell him what your name is. He's going to circle your name on the sheet. You're the number one guy, okay? Number 2 and number 3, we would like you to let him know who's 2 and 3 also, okay? All right, any other questions?
Nope.
All right.
Hey, can we do a photo op first before
Absolutely.
everybody will be here?
Absolutely. We want, just in case we're missing somebody.
Before the EMS is involved?
Now that's only for the 40s, isn't it? It's not for the 60s.
Okay, all right, hey, okay, photo op, boys. Photo op, boys. I got something for you I want you to do. All right, we'll start with Vic. I want you to give me your name and the year you were here real quickly. Go, Vic.
Vic Sprecher, 1964.
Okay.
Wagner, 63, 68. Doug Rick, 83, 84. Alumni, 81, 87. I'm Troy, 83. Mark McCullough, 84. Dean Pearson, 82.
Charlie Shaz, Chamari, 79, 83.
Bill Pacy, 81, 85.
Nick Ross, 68, 69.
Mark Warren, 75, 82.
All right, good luck, gentlemen.
78, 77, 82.
Okay.
Campbell, 82.
We're not so sure he actually guarded.
All right. Here they are. These are our guys.
Back a little bit because they can't get us everybody in the camera. Everybody.
Long back. Long back.
I gotta try to get back for it. There we go.
Hey, Mike, you're looking good, buddy. Mike McGurk right here.
Okay, heat 1. Everybody else step back. I want heat 1 up here.
We got Chapanic. Where's Chapanic?
Panic's not here. He had to go to a
He's
wedding.
gone. Is Brubaker here?
He's in it. Maybe.
Where the hell's Brubaker?
Yellow jacket.
Right there?
Okay, heat 1 up there by the buoy. Everybody else step back. You ready? Take your mark.
Go, boys! Don't trip!
Hey, Lucky, let me. Lucky, scooch over just a little bit so I can. Which way? Hang on a second, huh? All right. I'm good. And these guys are doing a hell of a job.
No, the same one. Yeah, bang, bang. Bang, bang, clear. Bang, bang, clear. Mike, give Charlie your L for time. Put next to the guy. Get the guy's name. Yeah. This is, you know, open water swim.
Here it comes. This is the good part.
Man, they are digging it, man. Look at that, man. They're animals.
That one guy looks like you, Kelly.
Man, look at that.
That flip. Yeah, yeah.
These guys are doing well.
You're damn right. I mean, golly whiz.
Does anybody know who these guys are?
Well, they're going to get, the winner is going to give, yeah, we know who they are.
I know, but do we know, we don't know who they are. We don't at this point.
We know who's in there.
Yeah, we lose somebody, we know we can count, we can figure out who we lost.
We haven't lost anybody. I got to count it.
All right.
Who's this, Chaz? Oh, no. Make sure you stay in the same place every time, Charlie. Go, Phil! Hey! Yeah!
Lucky we got him.
Okay, you get the time?
307. 307.
Good swim. Tell him to sign up with Charlie.
Heat number 2! Heat number 2!
Names, please.
Read it off for him.
Vic Sprecher, Bob Wagner, Dick Ross, Ray Herbert, Shane Booth.
Oh, the 60-year-olds are going
Now the
next?
60. The 60-year-old.
Why not do this?
Was that first group the 50s?
No, they're 40s.
Do we have a 50s or just?
If you get straight down.
Yeah, 60-year-olds are next. I don't know why.
One of these guys.
Beach Patrol is never good at counting. Somebody told us.
Any questions? Any questions? Raise your hand. Heat 2, can you hear me? Heat 2.
I got a whistle.
I got a whistle too.
Okay.
Yeah, that whistle's older than you are.
Yeah, no, look at that.
Gentlemen, move down this way. Let me talk to you a little bit.
They're not ready yet.
Now, Lucky, this wind is blowing. You make sure you got a place to grab if you lose your footing, okay?
Oh, I'm okay.
Because we don't want you falling off this thing.
Yeah, I'm going to fall. 2 commands. First command will be take your mark. Second command will be the whistle. You go out, round the buoy, on the left side of the buoy, on the north side. Do not touch the marker buoy. If you touch the marker buoy, you're disqualified. Okay? All right. Behind the guard stand. Take your mark.
Go! Hey! Come on, boys! Boots on!
Hey! It's looking good.
Damn, I'd love to do this. Show them all.
You tear them apart there, Lucky.
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you. Don't fall down.
Okay, I won't. I'll
We're
try.
just gonna get some shots.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you later.
Just hang around, yeah. Good deal. Hey Charlie, we didn't have armrests tonight.
No,
These guys really had it good.
You and I had extra high stands too, Lucky.
hey, what are these guys doing?
They're doing a fun swim. A fun swim.
Doesn't look fun.
Yeah, and they're so glad that it turned cold today.
Let me ask you a couple questions. Where are you from, sir?
Maryland Public Television.
Very cool. Well, we appreciate you being here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, what's the point of what's going on?
This is comparable to what a lifeguard does. Most of your pulls in surf, and a pull is a rescue. Okay, most of those are in surf at an average of about 30 yards offshore. So this is the way we used to condition. We'd have surf sprints, what we call them. You go out around a buoy for about 30 yards and back. Out around it, we'd do 10 or 20 of them sometimes on an off day, just for training exercises. Okay. So what we've done here today, because this is an alumni group, is to find out how many guys still got it. Okay.
How many rounds are we going to do here?
Yeah, well, we've got 18 guys that's still doing it.
Coming in from everywhere. Now, these are the 60s crowd, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, are we missing the 50s crowd?
No, we get that last.
So we're doing
That's the biggest heat, so I saved it for last.
Okay.
It was anyway.
I tell you what, these guys are impressive, aren't they?
You're damn right they are. I'll tell you.
Well, I got to ask you again, now that we got the camera, what's going on here?
Okay, well, we have an alumni convention or get-together here, 2010. Way to go!
All right.
Number 2. Way to go, Bob.
Good job. Good job.
You got any left?
Hey, Vic. Vic, up here. Hey, congratulations. You did a heck of a job, buddy.
Woo! You okay? Third heat, check in with Els or Charlie here.
Gentlemen, I'm ready to take off.
Great swing, buddy.
This ought to be the fastest. This ought to be the fastest.
You think? Faster than the 40?
Fleming.
I'm interested in seeing what the time comparison is.
Right. Huh? No. I'm filming today. I'm Mr. Website Guy.
Rick Norris, Tim Norris. I'll run the camera for you.
Yeah, you're so kind.
I know. Bruce Evans or Harvey Evans.
Not here. Hey, where is Harvey? Where is Harvey? I was just wondering. Where is Harvey?
Mark Warren.
Here's Harvey. The water wasn't cold enough for me.
He went out drinking last night.
Oh, you better be in that.
I don't think Harvey ever really
All right.
has to test anything. Come in.
You checked in? Okay. Listen to me. This ought to be the premier heat. I really expect you guys to do a great job. Okay? Now, what you're going to do, you're going to start up there at that buoy because of the drift and the wind. And you're going to round the buoy. You're going to round the buoy on the north side. Do not touch the buoy. If you touch the buoy, you're disqualified. Of course, if you can sneak it in, go ahead and do it, yeah. All right? It's like water polo. You know? Okay.
Hey, if that buoy happens to hit me, I'm all right.
You're okay. Yeah. All right. All right. You start the buoy up here. You're going to get 2 commands. You're going to get take your mark. Then you're going to get a whistle blast from a whistle older than all you guys. Okay? The 1945 whistle. You might not recognize it.
Put that on your face, Lucky.
Okay, I will.
Absolutely. I was giving it.
It's like this group here. Everybody talks about it, but you guys did it. Right, exactly.
Okay. Take your mark.
Long legs going on there.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Lucky. You know, I might not have been the fastest one out there today.
Yeah.
But I was the smartest one.
I think you got a point there. I'll tell you, I remember I was in that water at 56 degrees. Why?
Wow.
Because the goddamn waves were so great.
Great.
Oh,
That's awesome.
you couldn't get me in 56 degree water if it was calm with a gun. But if those waves were rolling in, man, I was there.
They are doing great out there. Look at that.
You guys are cutting it. What are the conditions? Great. Great. They're a little bit demanding, but not for old warriors. Old OCBP warriors. These are tough guys. I'm really impressed.
It's damn cold though.
Yeah. You know, I was here in 45 and in early 50s, and I always wondered where the guys that came after us were as tough as we were. I think I got the answer today. You need to play the drift a little more.
All right, you got it? You okay, Lucky?
Oh yeah, I'm all
All
right.
right. You're scaring the hell out of me, that's all.
Why?
I don't know. I get a little nervous with an 82-year-old man up on the stand with all this wind.
I'm in control, boy. Always am.
Command. You're in command and control. Here they come, the 50s group.
See the guy that played the drift. He's got the lead. The other guy moved over and he had to fight it a little bit.
They are doing one hell of a job, man.
Yes, sir.
Is that the one you got money on, Jack? Look here, who's this? Coming up. All right.
Go! Number 2.
Good job, good job. Look at that, look at that.
Great job, guys. Great job.
There's Captain Butch out there looking for a pull.
Yeah.
What is your name?
Hey, hey.
Good job, good job, good job. All righty.
Let's go, BB! Let's go, BB! Nice, man, nice. Come on, B! Come on, BB!
All righty, let's go. Says introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Charlie Austin. I was on the Beach Patrol 1950 and 1954.
Very good, Charlie. Now, I know that you knew Captain George,
Yes, I
Captain
did.
Bob real well.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us a few stories about your world as you knew it in the Ocean City Beach Patrol at that time?
I really grew up, and I came here in the 30s, and I watched Bob, and I grew up watching Bob, and then on the bicycle when he became the captain, and one of the main things that he used to do is come down on the beach when I was on the Beach Patrol and say, hey, we're going to go down and ride, want to ride waves tonight. We used to come down and ride waves together. And he could really ride waves. He was a great teacher, and he always rode, and he put one leg up to get more push from the waves.
No kidding. Now, one of the stories that I remember the most is like my buddy Michael and I here. When we talk about the north, the guards that guarded up north. I mean, we were talking like 140th Street. But you have a story about you were the guards that guarded the furthest north at your time. Tell me that story.
In 1953, we didn't guard between the pier and the jetties. And I had been in summer school, and Wade had been there also, and we came down, and Bob put us down first guards to go on the beach between the pier and the main jetty. We were the first 2 guards in 1953.
Wow, the pier and the main jetty.
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. Okay, name, rank, and serial number.
Ellsworth Boyd, and I lifeguarded 1951 through 55, and I started on the patrol with Charlie Austin at the pier, just the north of the pier, to guard beach, and then later I went up to 4th Street, and I and several others were on the patrol when we found the lifeguard barracks. We were having a hard time making ends meet because it cost so much to rent a room, and led by George Schoaf, maybe 4, 5, 6 of us went before the county council, asked for a raise. Harry Kelly, who later became the mayor, made fun of us, said, well, when I was a guard, I only made such and such. I think we were making $25 a week. So Earl Pierce, who was the city manager, popped up and said, hey, wait a minute, there's some empty barracks above the police station. The police have moved to a new barracks. It's sitting empty. Would you fellows be interested in that? So we were the ones who got the barracks, which lasted a number of years, I don't know how many, and it worked out fine because there were approximately 18 of us on the patrol, and another 5 or 6 would come in on the weekends. Now, not all 18 stayed in the barracks because there were some fellows whose parents would rent a place for the summer, so they didn't stay in the barracks. There were maybe 10 of us in the barracks, 10, 11 of us in the barracks. So that worked out beautifully because we could save money that way. And then also, at that time, I don't know when it stopped, we would all get a free lunch. Whatever hotel you were in front of, you got a free lunch. If you weren't in front of a hotel, then one of the Alaska stands or something like that would give you the free lunch. So that helped us, again, budget-wise.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you so much. Okay, we have Ron Grocer. Ron, tell us name, rank, and serial number, sir.
Ron Gosser, 62 and 63.
Very
Worked the inlet with George Thompson and Beetle Morris, and did that for 2 years, and they were with me both years.
Very cool. And I remember talking earlier with you about you've got you remember the whole pier when it got washed away. That was your era. Why don't you tell us a few things about that?
Well, they were rebuilding the pier, and one of the workers fell in the water, and we made a pull from there. He was fully dressed, and after that, the company building the pier really took care of the three of us. They would, take us out to dinner and things like that.
Very cool. Now, a lot of people will be interested in what caused that pier to get washed away.
It was the hurricane of '62, I believe.
Name of the storm, you remember?
No, I don't.
How big a storm was it?
It was the whole boardwalk. Did a lot of damage here in Ocean
Because we normally don't get, our storms are normally Category 1.
Fortunate.
Right.
We have not been hit with a major hurricane since all the high rises have been built here.
That's right.
They are not hurricane tested, so
Very, very cool.
we're overdue. We're extremely overdue.
Well, I don't like that at all. But I have an oceanfront condo here. But at any rate, tell us about some of your friends that you guarded with. Are they here? Some of them here with us?
No, they're not. Both of them they're ill and they regret they couldn't come.
I've got the same problem. Some of my buddies. Thank you. Well, we have Michael Breen here. Michael, tell us your name, rank, and serial number.
It's Michael Breen. I was a guard 1975 through 1978. 1975 I was a rover in the 80s. 1976 I was on 6th Street. 1977 I was crew chief on 55th Street, and 1978 I was crew chief in front of the Castle in the Sands on 36th Street.
When were you on 55th?
1977.
Okay, that was the year after I left.
It was a surf beach at that time. There was no hotel.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, you and I are from the same era.
Yeah.
Now, why don't you tell us, if you can reach back in that memory bank, tell us a few stories that maybe some of your pulls that you had.
Well, the most memorable pull that I had was in the fall. I lived in town year-round, went to Salisbury, and I'd work, you think about it now, it was so much fun guarding in the fall. I guarded a couple of falls, and we would go through October 15th or October 30th, and what a nice time was to guard. You'd take your fishing pole and your coffee thermos and your coat because it was cold, but the most memorable pull I ever had scared the bejesus out of me. It was on North Pier by myself. Next guy was in the inlet, couldn't see him. Next guy was so far north, I don't know where he was. It was a Thursday in October.
What year was this?
I don't know. That I don't remember. It's one of those falls I don't remember. And this little girl went in. I could see, after a while you get a sense. I saw her go in the water. And the moment she stepped in the water, I was already running and going because I knew she was going to be in trouble because it was big surf. And, we ended up pulling her out, banging off a few of the pilings in the pier. I was wondering how the heck we were going to get back in with that stupid buoy, just floating on top of the waves. And I think about that time. I think about that pull a lot, that girl on that day.
So everything ended well, though, right?
Everything ended well, but guarding in the fall was just a real treat. And one more quick story, a fond memory is the night that Chris King and I decided my stand was too small. Chris found a beer sign, and I was crew chief on 55th, and I used to have restless legs because I would run a lot, and that little tiny box that we used to sit on was too small. So Chris found a beer sign. We tore apart my stand one night and made this huge beer sign at the top. We bought 2x4s and built a new stand for me. And that year I had the crew's picture taken with everybody on top of my stand at the same time.
Very cool.
Didn't realize we were destroying city property. It didn't enter our minds at the time, but it was fun.
Cool. Well, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys all for being here with me, and we'll get more as we go along. All right, I've got the right setting. Okay. All right, we're here with Captain Bill Pacy. Captain, tell us Your name and your time of service and your position.
Bill Pacy. I started in 1943 at the age of 14 and went to 1949 at the age of 21. So I grew up here. I was captain in 1945 when I was 16.
Now I'm going to interrupt you for just a moment. Now that was a very interesting story. I think they referred you as Milkshake at that time.
Milkshake Kid.
Milkshake Kid. So there was kind of a little bit of politics going on who got to be the captain. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, in 1945, I got a bunch of high school kids together, and everybody else was in the service if you were over 18. One of the guards came back that had not been rehired, named Gordon Shipley. And Gordon and I had been friends in 43 and 44. He went to the mayor, I didn't even know he was in town, and told the mayor that I was too young, too inexperienced to be captain. And that was in the morning. So the mayor called me in at noon, and he said, Gordon Shipley wants your job. And I said, uh-huh. He said, can you beat him in swimming? And I said, yes. So he said, be here at 2 o'clock. So I came back at 2, and Gordon is there. And the mayor said, we're going to solve this problem. We're going to have a race between you two. Whoever wins a race is captain. And you all decide what you want to race. So I knew that Gordon was not quite in the shape that I was in, because I was the Milkshake Kid you referred to. And I said, we'll push off from the pier, 9 o'clock, and we'll swim to the commander, about 20 blocks.
Wow.
And we'll do it in whatever stroke you start, you end up with. So if you start in a backstroke, you backstroke the whole way, and then we both picked crawl. And so we got going, and when I got to the commander, I came in, and Wilson Fuster was there, who was a guard for many years down here. And I said, where's Shipley? He said he's back at 8th Street. So we actually ran down, I remember that. And we were in fairly good shape in those days. And I swam out to Shipley, and I said, are you okay? And he said, I got a cramp. Well, I don't think you can swim with a cramp, but he was still dog paddling, you know, his little crawl. So he came off the beach and left town owing about $500 in bets, welched on him. And the mayor called me and said, I understand you're still captain. I said, yes, sir.
Very good. That's an awesome story. Can you think of any other stories that might be appropriate for
You're
today?
seeing my whole thunder tonight, you know.
Well, good.
In 1944, Jim Parker was captain, and I was 15 then. He called me aside one day and he said, tomorrow morning I want you to be at 6th Street at 7 o'clock a.m. We're bringing German and Italian prisoners of war down from Bethany, and I want you to get them to clean the beach. And I said, you coming with me? And he said,
what year is this?
1944.
Wow, prisoners of war.
They were stationed, they were billeted at Bethany Beach.
Wow.
And so I said, well, any of the other guards going to be here? And he said, no, you can take care of it. So the next day, I'm there at 7, and 2 Army trucks pull up, and 2 MPs get out. They were both drivers with M1s. And these kids come out of the truck and come down on the beach. And I said to the guards before we went down, we're going to clean the beach. And he said, yes, and no swimming. And he said, you got 20 minutes. And they had little burlap bags to pick things up. So I said, okay, gang, does anybody speak English? And a German fellow said, yeah, a little bit. And I said, half of you go 3 blocks that way, the other half go 3 blocks that way. When I blow the whistle, you come back. And I said, and if you do a good job, you're going to go swimming. And the big smiles came out. These guys were 17 and 18 years old. D-Day had just been that early that June. And when our troops were being shipped over, these guys were being shipped back. And I blew the whistle, and they came back, and I said, You can go in the water 1 minute. It's a very hot June day, and they'd been sweating on the beach. And they took their clothes off, and they all went in the water. And I said, I'm going to blow a whistle in 1 minute, and you come back. They go in the water. The guards are going out of their minds, and they don't want to get on the beach because their spit-shine boots would get all mussed up. So a minute goes by, I blew the whistle. These guys came back, Danka, and Gracia. And they put their clothes on and got back in the truck. And that's the last time any prisoners of war ever came to Ocean City.
Wow, that's an incredible story. There you go. The Milkshake Kid, Captain Bill Pacy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, all right, we've
Any
got...
restriction on the language?
No, what will you do? Well, you know, this is going to be on our video, so I would keep it as clean as possible. But anyway, we have, give us your name, rank, and serial number.
Okay. Ed Smith, 51, 52, and 53. And I was...
Take two. Okay, all right, Ed Smith, go ahead and give us your name, rank, and serial number.
Ed Smith, years 51, 52, and 53. And I was just a regular lifeguard.
No such thing. Go ahead.
Okay. A story that I would like to share, and that has to do with a period of time when I had the beach next to Lucky Jorden. And one of his swimmers was way out and in trouble. So Lucky went in, and having seen him go in with a can, I went out and joined him out with his fellow. Well, the swimmer was very indignant and very angry that we went out there, and started to give Lucky a real bad time, which ended rather quickly, because Lucky's response was, if you don't grab hold of this boy in a few minutes, I'm going to slap you across your bald head. So there's our very tactful and diplomatic Lucky Jorden.
All right. God love him.
That's about it.
That's it. Okay, so you were there from 51 to 53.
Correct.
Okay. And I was having lunch with Lucky today, and he mentioned to me that you are one of the legends, so I'm sure there's some more stories out there.
There probably are.
51.
But,
I was 1 year old in 51. No, I wasn't even born in 51.
Really?
I was born in 52. So.
I am a legend, but I really haven't given much forethought to this interview, so I probably have some absence.
And what beach were you on?
I was on 3 beaches. I was on the Atlantic Beach. I was on the...
Well, see, and my crew would never understand that, but you're calling out hotels, right?
Okay, the beach next to the pier.
Okay.
On the south side.
That was Atlantic Street, right? Or you're calling it Atlantic Beach. I don't know what that is.
That is the beach that was directly in front of the Atlantic Hotel.
Okay, so that's right. It was based on the hotels. Okay, you're on Atlantic Beach.
The next place was the Maryland Inn.
Okay.
I was there for a while. And also I had the Stevie Decatur, which was a great hotel and great family. And when I got a free lunch, it was a first-class lunch.
Wow.
There were days when I had to hurry back out to the beach. I know 1 or 2 times that here comes the lady of the house running out on the beach with a pie a la mode or some form of dessert to me, and lifted it up to the stand and allowed me to finish my 3rd course. So
very cool.
It was great.
Very cool. Thank you, Ed Smith.
Thank you.
Thank you. And name, rank, and serial number, sir.
I'm Jack Winter, and I was on the patrol 1950, 51, 52. I had 3rd Street Beach first year, 2nd year I had the commander, and 3rd year I had the commander on 14th Street.
Wow. So now, any particular stories you can think of? Now, were you guys living in the barracks back then, or you didn't have the barracks?
No, we rented rooms and houses.
Rooms and houses. Okay.
In fact, Ed and I roomed together 1 year. All right. And what else can I tell you?
Okay. Well, I want to hear some of these stories now. I mean.
Well, I can tell you the first week on the patrol, I was on 3rd Street.
Okay.
Early in the morning, a kid ran up to my stand.
What year was this?
1950.
1950.
And he had a pair of false teeth with him. And I looked at the teeth and I thought, ho, where's the body?
Where's the...
Didn't know what to do. Put the teeth in my little cigar box And I was first on the beach. I knew there was not a swimmer out there. We never did get anybody to claim the teeth. So I don't know what happened.
Very good. I bet you had a few girlfriends back then, right?
Well, I think we all did.
Yeah. Well, what were the girls like in 1950?
They were pretty good.
Were they like? Were they? What kind of? How did you meet the girls back then? Like how would you get to meet them?
You didn't have to meet them. They met you. They came up to the stands.
That's right.
Yeah. We were kind of lucky. We had a lot of college girls that worked as waitresses down at the Maryland Hotel, Maryland Inn. Mm-hmm. And we'd go down there for dinner, and of course we'd get a lot of free desserts. And
very nice. Cool. That's cool. Now back in the early 50s, especially 1950, it was a lot more formal back then than it is today, wasn't it?
Oh, probably a little bit, maybe.
I remember Captain Craig telling me that people would go to the beach and then they would go home, change clothes to get put on their dress clothes, to go to lunch, and then come back, and then go to the beach again, and then all that stuff.
I don't remember that, but depending on, as far as guards, where you were working, one summer I worked as a shill at what was called Rick's Raft.
Well, everybody wants to know what a shill is.
Well, you sort of induce people to come in and bet. We had
a shill. That's a
free chips.
A shill. What is the definition of a shill?
I don't know what the exact definition, but I'll tell you what we did. We would get dressed in the evening, go over to Rick's Raft, which was a nightclub here at that time, had a gambling room in the back. We go to the bar, order a beer, and we get about $50 in chips. And then we go into the back room and go to one of the tables and act as tourists playing. And of course, the house would always win. The stakes got high. We get hit, and
that's the shill.
That's right.
Okay, now I learned something.
Gigolo without women.
There you go.
That's right.
All righty. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rolling here. Okay, name, rank, and serial number.
Clark Moran, 1952, 53, and 54.
Wow.
Just a lifeguard.
You were what?
Just a lifeguard.
No, there's no such thing as just a lifeguard.
I started out as a child. I spent every summer until I was 22 years old in Ocean City. So I started out swimming in the ocean and could handle it fairly well. But I never really thought much about being a guard because I worked at bingo. We had gambling in Ocean City in those days. And I started working at bingo at age 12.
Wow.
And bingo went from 6 until midnight. And at midnight, I'd walk across to the next boardwalk casino, and I too was a shill at a place called Jackson's Casino. They would give me $25 to play blackjack at their table from midnight till 2 a.m. And when that was all outlawed, I started thinking about becoming a lifeguard. But Captain Pacy was kind of the mentor from the standpoint, being a little bit his junior. He was always surrounded by the prettiest girls on the beach when I was 12 and 13 years old. And one day I was teasing him about these girls, and he kind of grabbed me. And the next thing I knew, I was going for about a 10 to 20 block swim, maybe 500 or 600 yards offshore, with him looking out for me the whole time. And that kind of gave me the incentive to think about becoming a guard. And I did, became a guard in 1952.
Totally awesome.
A lot of us, including myself, were spending part of our summers in the military. I used to have to go down to Marine boot camp for 6 weeks every summer. So I missed a couple of full summers by doing that. And then when I left the patrol, I had to go in for a couple of years.
Very cool.
But a lot of us are doing that.
Now I know in my era, we always consider being on the Ocean City Beach Patrol the best time of our lives, the best thing that ever happened to us. Is how do you feel about your beach patrol era?
It was the happiest 3 years of my life. I enjoyed every second of it. And in those days, we were so small a group, I think maybe 20 to 22 tops, that we became very close-knit. and have tried to stay in contact with one another throughout the rest of our lives.
That's beautiful.
It's been a great experience.
Good. Thank you so much.
You don't want your shot.
Just stand closer together.
I'm just joking.
Okay. Okay.
Put your arm
All
over
right.
on the other side. I don't want
All right, you know what?
There we go.
I don't want to pass
All right.
out.
We're back here again with just to finish up with Captain Bill Pacy, and your name again, sir?
Clark Moran.
And Clark Moran. We were just talking about the 40s and the duties of the beach patrol at that time. This is done in a historical manner, not to be taken any other way than historical. Tell us about some of the things that you would have to deal with.
In the 40s, the blacks were not allowed on the beach unless a woman was in a white uniform with white stockings, white shoes, posing as a nanny, not posing, but working as a nanny. And she'd watch little children under an umbrella. But she was not allowed to go in the water or go near the water. And the black men were not allowed unless they were waiters carrying a tray. And where did they swim, Clark?
They swam north of the Commander Hotel. The boardwalk ended at the Commander. And the beach from then on up had no guards and no buildings. It was just a beautiful, pristine beach. And we would have to ask them to please leave where we were guarding and go north, so where the segregated beaches.
Now, were there ever any incidents where there were problems, or was everything pretty orderly when you asked them and talked to them, or what was it like?
I think they knew.
Yeah, it was orderly. We never had any
Yeah,
problems.
no problems.
But it was part of our job. I mean, if one African American came on our beach, we'd have to ask him to leave.
Yeah, it's well, here we have history being represented from the 40s. It's certainly it's something that's not like of course we all live in a different world today, and it's interesting just to see where we were in the 40s and how things evolved.
And early 50s. Yeah.
And early 50s all the way through. So, all right.
In
Hey,
the 60s, I had built Frontier Town, and we were not allowed to have blacks come into the park because, again, it was part of the culture then.
Local laws.
And it was a terrible thing to have to say no to a nice black family with a little kid who wanted to come into Frontier Town.
wow.
And the following year, we did let them in. I said, the heck with this, we can't do that. And so they were allowed in.
And this was Frontier Town in
61.
No, you mean 51.
61.
Oh, you were part of Frontier Town in the 60s.
Yeah, I built Frontier.
You built Frontier Town. Wow, I did not know that. Are you still a part of that?
No.
But you built it and you ran it, and so from what period of time to what period of time were you involved in Frontier
60
Town?
to 64.
Wow.
And I had a partner named Bill Patton who ran it after that, and then he sold it to a series of people, and it's still operating.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah.
Yes, all right. There you have it. Thank you so